Hey guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can delete data that you have already added. So to delete data you will need a package, an interface, or somewhere where you can look at the list of names. You select the name and then it will be deleted from the database. So I'll show you how. So first we will create a new Java package, and let us call we'll call this package delete data and then finish. So then again here we'll enter an FXML file and then type in the name of the FXML, and I will call it the name of the package delete data. Next, obviously I'll be using a Java controller. Select finish, and then now in this data FXML I'll open it in the same window. So here we go, and it's blank, so we'll just leave it that way. Then type in your VBox, and then now drag and drop it into the anchor pane. Then right click it and fit it to the parent. So once you do that, now we will need something. So here I'm going to show you two things first. One, you'll be loading data, the names, into a combo box. Then when you select from a combo box and you click the button delete, it will be deleting them. So to do that, very simple. Now let us type in combo box. So hope you are familiar with combo box. Drag this into a combo box. Then you can just decide to increase the size. Put some prompt text into the combo box, like select name. And then after doing that, now come and select this VBox, align everything to the center, and then we will need a button. So don't worry about the interface. It may not be the best form of interface, but it's worth for the learning purposes. So just drag this button into the VBox. In a later class, I'll be showing you now how to create a very beautiful interface. But for now, let us get the basics first about this the JDBC. Drop it into the VBox. Now select both the combo box and the button. Come to the layout. Set a margin of 20 on each. Now select only the button. Double click it, and then you can decide to edit and say delete, because we want to only I want to teach you can delete items in the database. Then select the preferred width, and we will give it 300, and then the preferred height 100, and then now the anchor pane size you can reduce it somehow, and then select the name, the combo box, preferred height, let us set it to 5. So that's it. So now we will be loading data to this combo box, and you can select the name, and when you click the delete button, it will be deleting them. So come to the code here. While having selected the combo box, give it an ID, names. Then come to the button, given an action event method, and we'll type in delete. So that's it. Once you've done that, now you're good to go. Just come to this FXML and then right click it and make the controller. So here are the changes. So the type of the combo box, the type of data type it will be carrying, it will be a string. Then we will need an observable list that will be a place that will hold the data for the combo box. So observable list, and let us call it list FX collections. So FX collections can import these libraries. So once you do that now, the next thing will be loading data. So if you remember, we had typed in some method. So I'll go back to where we viewed data, and I'll do some copy paste, and I'll select this method. This method that we were using it to copy some data. So I'll paste this method here. Only that I'll not import anything from the other side because of this class. So let me first delete everything here, and then the next thing, I'll import the database handler. I'll also import the prepared statement. I'll import the result set. So this takes the result. The result set actually, after doing a query where you wanted to collect the information, the results. So this result set are placed in the result set. So use the result set to get every detail of the results. So import the JavaSQL collection, and then here you can just replace with the combo box. So let me just not go that way. So first of all, I'll have to explain this method. First, I'll clear everything that is in the observable list. Then I'll write a query to select from the contact. I have not specified anything. Then I'll create a prepared statement. Then after creating a query, I'll write a try catch statement. Here I'll create a prepared statement. I've named it my variable no, that's my name. So I call the class database handler and pointed out to the public connection statement where it connects me to the database. And if you can remember, the database handler connects me to the URL. So you can always double check the database handler here. So this connection gets, when you call it to get the connection, what it does actually, it comes and gets the driver manager and gets the connection from the database URL. So after doing that now, simple. Now you get the results. So we will be getting the string values of the results. So let us get the string value names, and we'll add these names. Let us first get the string values. So this is how you add some data into the combo box. So the string values under name is the column name. So after doing that now, let us add this name into, so this name has already been used, so I just type string name. So we will be adding into the observable list. So I'll add name. So after doing that now, let us add it into the observable. Now we will be adding this list into the combo box. So this combo box will give an ID of names. So I'll say names dot get items into brackets set all, and I'll add the observable list. So that's it. Now that we have done that, we will have to call this method here. But there's one problem. We have not first of all instantiated the class, the database handler class, or the class that holds the database. So I'll create an object of the database handler, of the database class, so database handler. So and I'll call this object handler. So and then before even calling this method, I will have to instantiate the database first. So I'll call handler equals to the database handler, making an instance of the class database handler. So when you get the instance, now you can call any method that will include the database. So now that we have done that, let us now delete anything that is being selected. So what we'll be doing, we'll get the string, write the string query, and then into string value, let us type in now what we want to delete. So we'll type delete from contact where name equals. Then we'll be using prepared statements for all my queries, my SQL queries. I will be always using prepared statements. It is a good practice that I've always taught myself because it secures my codes from SQL injection, my software. So let us catch an exception. So this just you can cram some of these things because they are useful for your own. I know there are so many ways you'll be exposed to, but uh, I always prefer using the best ways of preserving data because a good software is one that its data is more secure. So here, let us now do a query that deletes this information. So we will prepare a statement. So prepare. So I'll call a prepared statement. And get one statement. I'll call this prepared statement term. So and the query, and I'll call the name of the class. So database handler con, and then prepare statement. So I want to prepare a statement of the query. So first of all, prepare statement, and then now we will give term here the name. So the name should be what is selected in the combo box. So the first thing we should have done was to select a string, a value that has been selected in the combo box. So string name is equals to names dot get text. So the variable name should be whatever is selected in the combo box. Don't get the text, sorry, you get the value. For combo box you get the value, not the text. So that's then let us check if the name is valid so that we don't have errors. So if name equals to null, meaning someone has selected something, we'll just put in some message here. Let us create some alert type. So I'll type alert. So this one is a new form, this is a new alert we are creating. In the bracket, I'll type the type of alert type, then error, then this space in semicolon, then I'll place the header text of the alert. So alert set header text and then say null, then alert set content text, and I'll say string value, and I'll say field required fields. So if there are more than one field, it's okay. So I just don't want to limit it to the combo box, and then I'll show this alert. So once you do that, I forgot to do some import. So let me just import alert. Should do some imports. So I'll import alert, and I'll also import the alert type. So once you've done that, now we are good to go. So we'll give now Trump now the name, because now we have the name. So that we can expel him. So now we want to delete some Trump information here. So 1, and I'll put in the name. So after doing that, now I'll execute run, execute, and then that's it. Execute update. Sorry. So now that we have done that, I think we are good to go, and there's nothing else that is remaining. Only typing in some alert to inform us that if it was successful. So I'll be changing the information, and here I'll say successful, something like that. Then I'll just type I'll also copy this error here and type it here and say operation failed. And I would also like to type in the SQL exception that we get. So to get the full SQL exception for better debugging, I'll just type in the exception. So now that we have done that, I think you're good to go. We will just build the application and see what happens, and we would also like to call this method after everything that has happened. So for this, it is better to call it so that it can just refresh itself, load data. It will just load itself in the combo box. It has built successfully, but there's only one thing. This class, this delete data package doesn't have a main class, and when I say a main class, it doesn't have a class that has a main method. So I'll just call one delete data, then the package. So now we are successfully done, but the problem, the FXML file we also have to change. Okay. So now we are good to go. You can just delete everything here, and, not delete but cancel the page. Now build the application again. Now while selecting this delete data.java, this main class, this is the main class because it contains the main method. So the controller class does not contain the main class. So it doesn't contain the main method, sorry. So this one it is the main class because it contains the main method. So now here we go. So you can see we have the names we have promised. So I will delete Bruno Mars name information, and when I click this button, successfully, meaning we deleted from the list. You can't find this information again. So that's it about deleting data from the table. So you can see, and even if you come and view this data again here, I don't think we will find it anymore because we have deleted that data. So that's how you delete data in JavaFX and FXML. So you can see there's only one information. We deleted the first information about one mask. So that was it about the JavaFX and FXML. Thank you for watching this video. Hope I assisted you in learning prepared statement. I assisted you in how to load data in a combo box. I assisted you in how you can do data in a table view, how you can delete this data in a table view. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you now how you can update information. So maybe you entered the wrong information and you want to update it without even deleting the entire thing to enter from afresh. So I will show you what you can do. So just stay tuned. Thank you for watching.